Alright, and I'm back with another review for you guys, and we got Marvel Siryn, sponsored by JR75. I'm just kidding, but thank you, brother. Big shout out. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited. She's my second female Marvel Legends. She looks like she's pinless from what I can tell, but sorry, let's get into the box first. But there's the mirrored image we got of her. I will say this kind of shows the kind of the thing they missed with this figure, I feel, in my opinion. She doesn't have like a screaming head or a screaming effect, which really would have been cool, but it is what it is. She's still really awesome. But yeah, she's got the little bio, tells you everyone else in the wave. But let's get her open. And here she is out of package, and you know, just based off appearances, like, she's a great looking figure. Like, oh damn, she got a great face sculpt. Her hair looks good. It does impede her head articulation a little bit, but that's, you know, if you collect figures, you kind of just know that's how it goes. She can look down quite a bit though. So that's the head articulation, I guess. I will say her right ankle out of box was really stiff. I think it was the paint actually that kind of was making the joint stick. I had to heat it up. Also, it was a bit of a struggle to get her feet in a position that will allow her to stand. But again, she's a flying character. I guess I didn't say anything before that, but she's a flying character, so I guess technically, like, she doesn't necessarily need to stand a whole lot, but I mean, she stands sometimes. But yeah, so I don't know if this is like based off of the that Black Widow body that everyone was super excited about when she came out, because they had the updated articulation, but she can go back pretty far, which is really good because she's a flying character, but forward not so much. She does get side to side too, which is pretty sick. Let's get into the arms and stuff, but this, I don't know what it is necessarily, like what this material is, but it doesn't lend itself well to, I guess, sitting in a way that looks like she's flying or anything. If you get like what I'm, you know, what I'm getting at here, like, you can't really do much about it to make it look much better, unless maybe I'm dumb, but I can't really figure. It could be partially this fist, because it has to literally move in order to make that move, which I'm sure I could just fix when I switch her hands, but it's, you know, that part of it, I would say, is a little bit mid. Everything else about this figure, though, honestly, is pretty fire. She's got, oh, what's going on there? She's got double jointed elbows, and they go pretty far, like pretty damn good. What is this? I didn't even check. Let's see what her, if she gets a T-pose. I'm sure she does. I would be surprised if she didn't. Oh, she gets above a T-pose easily, like bossing. You can see that. It's pretty good. Oh, that's good. Oh, it pinched. It didn't even actually hurt, but it pinched me. Oh, I guess it's, oh, she's got a good tilt, actually. Like, she has a lot better tilt than a lot of, not McFarlane's, but Marvel Legends have. Like, that's pretty good, actually. She's got a good kick. Like, that's a really solid, just straight kick. And then she's got, oh, there we go. She's got a thigh swivel, which, you know, most Marvel Legends do. I don't know if there even is Marvel Legends necessarily that don't. Oh, I don't want to push that too hard, but I'll just do it on the other egg then. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's got a good bend in her knee. I could probably do, I'm going to do it on camera just because. I gotta check that real quick. Okay, they both look like that on the underside. I don't know if you guys can see this, where that white line is. I thought the plastic was kind of getting, like, a little bit too much pressure and it was basically breaking and snapping, but it's good. It's all good. We're fine. Let's see if this still bends. Oh yeah, that's working just fine. And then she's got a really good pivot on there. But yeah, she's got some good foot articulation. These little, I don't know what to call them, but these little parts down here that are like supposed to be the top of her boots. This one seems to be glued in place. This one, I don't know. Maybe this one is just caught with friction. I'm not 100% sure, but this one moves up and down a little bit, but it's really not a huge problem. But yeah, she's a good looking figure. As far as like posing her for flying and stuff, I don't know how good she's really gonna look, but she passes. She looks great. Like, I don't even care. You can see a little bit of bleeding on the paint, but she looks awesome. But yeah, let's do a little bit of scaling. Hold up, we almost forgot. So she comes with a build figure piece for Bonebreaker. Looks pretty dope. It's just the other half of the like tank part of it, obviously. But she's like, the sculpting on this is pretty badass. Like, there's a lot of battle damage. Like, even on the bottom, there's some battle damage and stuff. Like, again, I'm shouting Taven the Caveman. Taven. I'm not 100% sure how to say his name. I go back and forth between it being Taven and Taven. Either way, he did a custom on a Bonebreaker, and it just looks fantastic. Like, I'm not a painter, so I'm not going to do it, but if I did have his skill, I totally would, because it looks great. And then she's kind of got some like angry grabbing hands. Let's get some scale. Here she is with the animated retro card series Spider-Man. Here she is with the X-Men 97 Executioner, which I didn't even really need to specify. I don't think there's another Marvel Legends Executioner. Here she is with Darwin. Just curious, does anyone know why none of the X-Men in this wave, like, their suits match at all? Or, like, I would even almost assume in general, like, I know Banshee and Siryn, don't they have kind of a similar outfit? Like, why don't they match? And I don't know if this is Darwin's normal outfit, but does he normally not match the other X-Men too? Just curious, like, if anyone knows. Now, here's her with Wild Child. I know he's not part of this wave, but he is an X-Men, and he's not based off of, like, an animated anything. Like, I feel like this figure might have some of the worst scaling I've ever seen. Like, I could be exaggerating, and I would be more than willing to admit I'm wrong, like, but I feel like he's way too tall. And here she is with Sabretooth, and here she is with Maggot. Now, overall, is she a bad figure? No. Like, she looks pretty good, regardless of the little bit of bleeding. Like, it's a good paint job, it has pretty nice lines. The only two things I can knock her on, or she doesn't have another head with a screaming effect, or just, even if she just had a screaming effect that could somehow connect to her face like this, which I don't know how that would work, but that, and just, I don't know how it could be remedied necessarily, but the cape is, I don't want to say it's atrocious, but it's a bit hard. Like, it's kind of hard to get it in any sort of position that looks natural, or like she's flying necessarily, I guess. But either way, it's super cool. I'm really grateful to have this figure. Yeah, definitely recommend picking her up if you're at Ross or whatever. If you can get her below retail, definitely. But even at retail, she's probably worth it, especially if you can find one that doesn't have any paint defects or anything. But I think that'll be it.